This underdog message, it feels like that the team has embraced it now. Do you think Kansas City's buying into this, that, New England's coming in as underdog? Technically, they are 3-point underdogs, but do you think Kansas City is buying into this as well, that, these aren't the artists formerly known as the Patriots?
No, because they're just looking at the recent stuff. And what they did last week to San Diego was embarrassing for San Diego and made everybody sit up straight and say, well, they're different now, which they did suck during the year. I don't understand why the media, especially locally, we chewed them up. We chewed them up all year. They suck on the run defense. They did a bad job roster building. Brady's fallen away from throws. Gronkowski's hurt in a shell of himself. So when Brady says everybody thinks we suck as a catch-all phrase, it was, well, nobody actually said suck. So I don't understand why they're so uptight. We killed them all year long. I don't blame them at all. But I think that Kansas City looks at them and says, my God, look at what they just did to this team that beat us at home. We're screwed. Not screwed, but.
Yeah, but so Brady's talking more to the local media. I don't know if the national media looked at the Patriots. Now, I just said they're more vulnerable this year than they ever have been. But with Brady and Belichick, I would never bet against them. So I don't know if this is more of a local narrative than it is a national one, that we look at them as somehow big underdogs.
Well, you're close enough to hear, and you've done this long enough where you know that our market is a strange one, and the success eventually had an expiration date up here, to the point where the Boston Red Sox were wire-to-wire winners practically, or maybe did set a record for most regular season wins. I can't remember. And every single step they took was, let's see how they do when they get into the postseason. Well, they're not going to beat the Yankees. Well, they're not going to beat the Astros. So it's this drumbeat of negativity that just continues to churn, because that's you can't have a parade every day after every win. But we've almost pinned the needle so far in the other direction where, Sony Michel was said to suck up until around week 10, and they still stand on that. Some local radio and prominent folks here, a lot of them.
What do you think happens this weekend in Kansas City?
I think the Patriots are going to win, Dan. I think that America is going to just, again, say, why? Patrick Mahomes is so much fun. We could have had Tyreek Hill. Why? Andy Reid, poor Andy Reid. But they're going to get another dose of Belichick and Brady, and I think the reason for that is health. It has nothing to do with anything but they feel better. And that's why the drop-off, I think, in 2018 from 2017. What they did in the Super Bowl was insane. I think a lot of the reason they lost that game was a personnel decision with Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
So they should have been back-to-back Super Bowl winners. And then this year they play underwhelmingly. They didn't overnight get old. They got hurt.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.